What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video on learning Java. My name is Zani, and you guys watching my channel Wood. Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about something called encapsulation. So that sounds very scary, so I'm going to put it here. What is encapsulation in Java? Encapsulation is a way of to declare our variables, our attributes inside the class as a private. So how we're going to do that is a best way for you guys to say to hide the data from other classes. So if you guys want a better control our manage the class attributes and methods, you guys need to be aware that there is something called encapsulations, and we're going to show you guys how we're going to do the encapsulation. So the class attributes can be made read only if for example, if you guys want to only use the get method, or write only if you use the setter method or set method. Your data is going to be more secure, and it looks if someone see your code, and it looks more professional. So professionality, or you can call it security, and whatever the strength of your code is going to increase your the strength of the code. So the class, for example, user account, back then we have used social web, if you guys remember, and we have created a new class, say for example from social. Say for example, if this class have a name, address, gender, age, and result, we're going to use this one exactly the same ones. But keep in mind, using here we have for our attributes, our variables, we didn't use anything here. We didn't use the access modifier. So if you guys want to use the setters and getter, or if you guys want to dive into this encapsulation, you guys need to declare all of them as a private. So we're going to copy all of them here. And now we're gonna close this. So in order to save time, I have created user account. You guys go ahead and create your user account. So I'm gonna create one more here. I have created two classes here. So if you guys don't know how to create these classes, you guys go and right click here, and where it says Java class, in your Java class just put a user account, and then you guys just put a user class, user.java, because in order for you guys to understand encapsulation, you guys need to create two class. So make sure your two class are going to be similar. Say for example, if it's animal, you guys going to put a dog or cat or horse, whatever here. If it's a vehicle, you guys going to put a car here. There's something like related to each other. Okay, so once that was done, once you guys done this one, if you guys want to pause this video, you can pause this video, and you're going to see here that Java is going to create a package for you, and in both classes you're going to see here the Java's automatically created package. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that I copied all these attributes here. Looking here that I have copied from the social. I have copied from the string name, address, and gender. The reason I copied this one, so you guys have a better understanding how the encapsulation, our setters and getter works inside the say Java. Okay, so you guys gonna put a private. So you can put a private in all of this one. So because in order for you guys to hide your attributes, you guys need to put a private here. I'm not gonna put a more than two. For example, you can put a one, or you can put a say whatever you want to put, two strings. I will just put a one int. For example, I want to show you guys how the int works, so make sure you put a private in front of all of them. So you put a private. So now I have a two int. I want to put a one double here. So you guys have a very good idea, because I have an attribute, a string, and string I put an int age, and int I put a double here. So keep in mind, now your code is pretty much secure, because the private, the class is not going to give it to anyone. Previously in our access modifier video, if you guys remember, public, private, and protected, as I said that if you guys declare anything inside the class private, only the contents of this class have access to this attributes. No outsider have any access to this. Say for example, the user can come and access this one. So now you're gonna tell me, you're gonna ask me, Mr. Yazdani, how come then we can use this one? We can get access to this one, but through our setter and getter. We can, the users can access this one without the setter and getter. If you guys try to do that, then Java's gonna be extremely angry. Okay, so now how we gonna create setters and getters, or set and get for the first attribute here? Very easy. You guys need to come here down, a little bit down, and you guys need to declare all your methods here. So now you guys have declared this in private, so declare this as all access private, so automatically the IntelliJ IDEA have predicted that you guys want to use the, for example, the setters and getters. So when you go, once you guys gonna come here and put a public, and you put a void, and you guys gonna put a set name. How this set name came in, because the Java is already predicting you guys using the encapsulation, because you guys try to hide your data. And inside the set name, you guys need to put another string, because you guys need to go to get name. We can put, for the time being, we can put an n, and you guys are going to see here this void. We are using void, and we have a parameter here. So why we using void? Because we don't have any return type. If you have a return, say for example get, then you guys need to put a, say for example, a string, or you guys can put a string. But for the setters, you guys don't need to put anything, just put a void. So the Java restricts that one, so you guys accidentally, you guys not going to returning anything inside the set, because now we are just going to set just the name here. So we put a name, and we're going to assign in our parameter, which is n. Now we're going to come and put a public, and as I said, put a string, and we put a get name. And get name doesn't have any parameter, because it's gonna just gonna return the name. So we're gonna put a return name. Okay, what just happened here? We have a void. We're gonna set the name, whatever name is given here inside the user, because that's our website. You can pretend this is our website, our is user account bank, whatever you can think of. The first one have a void, because we're gonna just assign whatever name we're gonna get it to the name, and to this name, to this guy here, and we're gonna, in the second one, we're gonna just return the name. So now keep in here, as I said, the public access modifier, if you guys declare private, on the contents of this class can have access to this variable, access to these attributes here. But if it's outsider can access these attributes. Outsider can only come here and get hold, or get access only the public parts of this class, because now it's a public now here. Okay, so now we're going to go on the second one. So for example, now we're going to go on public, we put a void, and we put a set address. We're going to put a set address. Keep in mind, I'm not typing this one, the Java's just gives itself, because the IntelliJ IDEA in Java is very clever. As soon as you guys going to put private for your attribute, Java assumes, IntelliJ assumes that you guys are doing the encapsulation, and the only way to achieve encapsulation is through the setters and getter. Okay, so we put a string address. We put a string, for example, a for address, for example. And now if you guys know, we're going to put an address, and we're going to assign this a, and we're going to put a public, and you guys are going to look at the type. The type is string. You guys can put a string here, and you guys going to put a get the address, and you guys going to return the address. Very easy. Then we're going to come here in int age. So now we're going to put a public void, and we're going to put a set age. And if you guys notice here, Java's giving you limited option, because as you guys using your setter and getter, the IntelliJ IDEA knows that you have used for all your attributes setter and getter. So now if you put an int here, we're going to put an int, for example, age, because we use a, we can put we can put a AD here, for example. We can change it, because we're going to use it for the address as well, and we can put an AD here. So you guys need to change the address, because address and age, if you use a for both of them, you guys are going to be in trouble. So you guys can put an AG, or you can put an AG. Don't put an age, because if you put an age, it's going to be in conflict with age, with your attributes. And you can put an age and assign this AG, for example, or you can put a my age if you want to make it distinct. I just put an AG. So now I'm going to put a public, and I'm going to put an int, and I'm going to put a get age. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to return, I'm going to put an age. Keep in mind, when you guys want to return, you guys don't use a void, you guys just put a database data type here. Okay, so the last one, if you guys gonna put a public void, and I'm gonna show you guys now, if you guys set result, why we are not getting any more, because Java knows that we have used all of this. Java knows that we have got a name, address, age, and the last one is the result. Java knows all that we are used all, and we are getting just this one. So we put a double, and result we can put a RE for a result, and we put a result, and we're gonna assign this RE to result. And guess what, if you guys can pause this video, and you can put your getter here, so you can put a public double, and you can put a get result, because it's a double, and what we're going to return, we're going to return the result. So how easy is this? So now if you guys try, for example, if you guys put a public void set, then Java is going to be very, very confused, because Java says that, look, you don't have any attribute here, what I'm going to set here, because you have used everything here. So keep in mind, you guys better check the first string, and the second one is string, int, and double. So you're going to check here the string, and you're going to see int, and inside your getter you're going to see here it's a double. So we are not going to use the anyone anymore, because we don't have anything here. Okay, so now we have saved this one. Now we move to here inside the user, and we're going to instantiate this class user account, and we're going to access all our setters and getters. It means we're going to access all of them. We can't access all of them, but we're going to access through this setter and getter. This is called encapsulation in Java. So you guys going to instantiate user account, for example, user account here inside the user. So how do we going to instantiate? We're going to put a var. Now today we're going to do a little bit different, because for that one you guys need to put your main. We're going to put a public static. We're going to put a public, we're going to put a static, we put a void and main. Why we put a void main? Because in order for you guys to run anything here, you guys need to put a main circuit here. So for the Java knows, so Java knows to instantiate your classes here. So we put a string, array of string of arguments, and now we're going to copy this one, and it makes more sense here, because in order for us to instantiate, we need to put this one. So we put a var, we put a user, for example, 1 equal to, we put a new for example, user account. Alright, so now we can put a user 1, user 2, user 3, as many objects as you guys like. Okay, so how are we going to access all of these setters and getters? First of all, we have name, address, age, and result. Very easy. If you guys have this object, through this object you guys can access all your setters and getters. We put a user, say user 1 dot, and we put a set name, for example, first to begin with. What we're going to put name, you can put your own name. I'm going to put my name is Yazdani, and then the user 1, which is our object, we can put a set address. I'm going to put a ABC. I'm going to put a street. I'm going to put a Sydney, for example, Sydney, New South Wales. Okay, you don't need to know where Sydney is. Very easy. There's a typo here, and there's a typo here as well. you guys need to fix. You can put on wherever you guys like. You can put a New York, Washington DC, whatever. And we look for the second one is int age. We're gonna put a user1, and we're gonna access our set. We're gonna put a set age. What age you guys gonna put? You guys can put any number here. So you can put a user1, and what we're gonna put? We're gonna put a set, for example, result, not a get, but set the result. Set result, and keep in mind your result is, for example, is double, and you can't put a int. You can put a double here. The reason I put it here, so you put a 97, for example, my result is 97.400. You can put similar like this. Okay, now that we have used all our setters and getters, we can display these ones on the screen. So how do we going to display, for example, our setters and getters on the screen? So what we're going to do, easy peasy, we're going to put a system dot out. You can put a print ln, and you can put a, for example, user1 dot you can put a get name. So I'm gonna give you guys the first one. You can put a nice one here. You can concatenate this one, or you can put it, for example, here to make it look nice, and you can put a user name, just like a form. It looks in the form. So we have here user. If you guys go here in your run, for example, you're going to see user here. So once you guys run, when this one's done, you guys going to see your user1, because here that set name, now we are getting the name here. So we're going to look at here. The username is Yazdani. You can do exactly the same ones to access all your here. You can put a, for example, copy this. To make it quick, you can copy this one. Make sure you change, say for example, address. You can put a user1 dot get, and we can come here. We can put an address here. Get address, and then you guys can put a user age, for example, in your database, and make sure you here user1. You guys gonna put a get. Make sure you put a get, and you're gonna put a get age, and we can type it. We can put a out dot print ln. Normally typing takes a long time because I'm a bit lazy. Print ln, and we can put a user test score, for example, test score, or we can put a test result, for example, to make more sense. And we can put a user1, and we put a dot, and we put a get result. So once you guys done all, you guys are going to see here that we're going to display all, and you guys need to run your program, and you can hear once you guys run, you guys going to see all your result here. How cool is this? If you guys want to create the second objects, by all means you can instantiate the second one. Just put a var. You can put a user2. We put a new, and user account. Okay, so now we have two objects here, and you can do exactly the same ones. And if you want, you guys can put for example, copy this entire whatever we wrote here. You can copy that. You can put a, say, line here, for example, system dot out dot print ln, and you can put a line here, a nice line to distinguish your objects here. We can you guys can change, because you already used user1. You guys need to put a user2 now. So you can change, or you can hardcode all this again, because today I'm feeling a bit lazy. So I just use user2 and user2 and user2, and here if you guys want this result, you guys can put a user2, which is your second objects, and you guys can put a user2, and you put a user2, and you can put a user2. Here you can put a user whatever user, and that's a user2 name, and you can put a user2 name, for example, user2 address, second user age, or here you can put the test result. But the most important ones, you guys need to change here the name. So the first one was Yazdani. You can put the Wood, our Koroyo, ABC, your friend's name, your mate's name, whatever you guys want to put. So I'm gonna put a Iman, for example. So you can put anything you guys like. Here I'm gonna put for example, XYZ Street, say New York, anywhere you guys like. You gonna put a Moscow, Beijing, you can put a New Delhi, you can put a Agra, or you can put a Dhaka, or you can put anywhere you guys like. So we can put the age. So you can put for the age, for example, you can put a 20, or in the score you can put a 99.100. And make sure you guys check your object, because user2 use your object, and we're going to instantiate from the same class. So it doesn't matter if you guys had to create I can keep going all day to create objects for you guys, user2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't matter if you guys created thousands or you created multiple, it does not make any difference. But if you guys kind of have a time, you guys can create as many objects as you guys like. But the idea is that now you guys your code is very secure. This is the idea. This is the idea of the encapsulation, to create the security for your code. Your code is going to be more bug free, and it's going to be more accessible, and it's going to be more secure. Okay, so here now we change everything here. Now if we're gonna run here our second objects, and you guys gonna see here we have a second objects. Now that's the first one, and user2, that's user2, and first one is the name is Yazdani, ABC Street, username is age is 30, 97, the score is Iman, New York, USA, 20 and 99.10. Okay, so here if you look in here, observe here, this is called encapsulation in Java with setters and getter. How easy is this? You guys if you guys done like this, you guys done a very good job. So congratulations for you guys to learn encapsulations, and this is something that provided by Java to you guys, so you guys can do programming with ease, with no problem. So you guys can see that I have created two objects here, user1 and user2, and I'm accessing all of this method, even though all my attributes here is a private. So technically I cannot access these attributes directly here, but because there is something called setters and getter, it makes it possible for me to access these ones indirectly, not directly, but I'm going to access through these ones, not through directly, because if you put a public you can access directly, but because now it's private you cannot access directly. This is called encapsulation inside the Java. This is the idea of the encapsulation. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Croywood. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.